It is 8 p.m. and here are the top stories we're following. The holiday weekend turns violent.
Something hit the side of the house really hard.
A teenage girl caught in gunfire across Central Park. Now neighbors are on high alert.
The second I walked outside, we could tell it was a bullet hole.
And a legal battle brewing over Boulder's urban camping ban.
It is not a one-size-fits-all. Homelessness doesn't have one face.
Remembering those who paid the ultimate sacrifice.
My father was in the Army, World War II. He enlisted in 43.
Tributes are pouring in across Colorado, honoring fallen heroes this Memorial Day.
About saying that freedom isn't free is really true.
Good evening, and thank you for watching Denver 7 News on Local 3. I'm Jacqueline Allen.
And I'm Tom Mustin. Tonight we're learning new details about a shooting in Denver's Central Park neighborhood that stretched across multiple locations. The victim, police say, was a teenage girl.
Denver 7's Patrick Perez joins us now with what we know so far. Patrick?
Yeah, Jacqueline, thankfully that teenage girl is expected to survive. What neighbors tell me happened to her has left them in shock. Let's start from the beginning. At the parking lot of the Central Park Rec Center, this is off of MLK, and this is where Denver police say shortly before 4 o'clock yesterday afternoon, this girl was in some sort of altercation with somebody else. At the scene, we saw multiple evidence markers on the ground. And based on what neighbors tell us, it appears that the girl took off from the parking lot in a silver car as another car followed her. Now, shortly after, neighbors near 25th and Yosemite heard gunshots as those cars drove by. At least one of those bullets entered a home. You can see the evidence marker right there on that door frame. The shooting, neighbors say, ended near 26th and Akron. That's where the girl dumped her car as seen here and took off running as she sought help. Police ended up finding her back at 25th and Yosemite just across the field there. She was injured but is expected to be okay. Neighbors I spoke with cannot believe any of this happened.
We stepped outside to see what was going on and saw the bullet hole in the side of the house. We were freaked. I was especially freaked because I spent like 6 hours on the porch the day before, so I was like just happy to be inside, I guess.
Now, police told us yesterday they did not have any suspect information and that officers were working all leads. Now, there has been some chatter on social media about a foot chase and a possible carjacking, but Denver police was not able to confirm any of that information today. Once we learn more, we'll let you know. But if you have any information about this, you're urged to call Crime Stoppers. Tom?
Still a lot of questions. All right, thank you, Patrick. I know you stay on this for us. In Pueblo, a woman is dead after a boat capsized in the Pueblo Reservoir. 38-year-old Jessica Prindle was found dead in the water Sunday. 11 people were rescued in all, including 3 adults and 8 juveniles. 1 man is still missing. That search has been suspended until 10 o'clock this evening due to high winds.
A Denver teen is fighting for his life tonight after he was pulled from a hotel pool in Arizona. 13-year-old Daryl Blackman was celebrating a win with his football team Saturday at a Phoenix Embassy Suites pool. That's according to the team's coach. A lifeguard pulled him from the deep end and assisted until paramedics arrived. Now, other details leading up to the incident are not known, including how long he was underwater. Daryl is still in critical condition tonight.
Tonight, the ACLU has filed a lawsuit challenging Boulder's homeless camping ban. That lawsuit alleges the ban criminalizes unhoused citizens.
But city leaders say the ban was in response to growing safety concerns. Denver 7's Micah Smith takes a closer look at the lawsuit and the legal challenges these camping bans face.
Winter or summer, throughout the Denver metro, you'll find multiple tents lining a major city road or a park.
There's a lot of stigma that surrounds homelessness.
Jennifer Livovich is one of the plaintiffs of a new ACLU lawsuit challenging the city of Boulder's homeless camping ban, prohibiting tents and coverings in public places.
For far too long in Boulder, our camping ban, better referred to as our blanket ban, has been the city's response to the failure at the local, state, and national levels.
Livovich, who was once homeless herself and now runs a nonprofit to help those in need, says Boulder's ban is cruel.
Instead of helping those in need, the vast majority of those seeking assistance are either given meager help or none at all.
According to the lawsuit, since last summer, the Boulder Shelter for the Homeless has turned away 250 people the majority on cold nights. In response, the city of Boulder says, "We have just received the lawsuit and are reviewing it. The city will comment at the appropriate time through its filings in the court process." But here's what council members who voted for the ban said in July 2021 when it passed.
Our public spaces, in my view, belong to the entire community, not merely those who would treat them so inappropriately.
Having an enclosed tent in a park or other open space is essentially, taking over that public space.
Homeless camping bans across the Front Range have faced legal challenges. Denver's ban has been in place for 10 years, a decade full of litigation.
I would like to see are additional services provided by a diverse range, local nonprofits.
Livovich says until that happens, homeless Coloradans will sleep where they can, creating an unsanitary eyesore to some and a home to others. Reporting in Boulder, Micah Smith, Denver 7.
Thank you, Micah. And today, on this Memorial Day, President Biden honored our nation's fallen heroes. Today, he and the First Lady laid a wreath at the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier in Arlington, Virginia. The tomb honors all those who've given the ultimate sacrifice to our country. The President and First Lady also planted a tree at the White House to honor fallen veterans.
It was a snowy Memorial Day in the high country today. This video was posted to the Discover Colorado Through Your Photos Facebook page of the conditions we saw this morning in Allens Park. We also sent a crew to check out the conditions in Breckenridge and over Loveland Pass. We found a lot of people with out-of-state license plates here for the holiday weekend. One family from Houston, Texas says they left humid 95-degree temperatures for this.
Packed the Colorado layers for this trip, but yeah, this guy might be his first snow that he really remembers, which is great.
Yes, it is. We have more wet weather on the way for Colorado. We'll check in with Chief Meteorologist Mike Nelson in just about 10 minutes.
Today, the Fort Logan National Cemetery hosted its 88th Memorial Day ceremony. Hundreds of families attended the event, which has not taken place since 2019. Families told Denver 7 they wanted to take a moment to remember their loved ones and the sacrifice they made serving our country. They also told us it's important for younger generations to never forget.
It's critical that the generation of now, today, and in the future realizes what everyone here went through.
It isn't enough just to come out here and remember. We have got to pass a better country down to our children. And I think that we are determined in one way or another to do that.
The Director of Joint Staff of the Colorado National Guard also delivered a speech. The event included a flyover by the 140th Fighter Wing.
Colorado has a rich history of supporting our service members. In fact, one of our state's most interesting national parks was used to train military members during World War II. Take a look. Great Sand Dunes National Park shared this picture on its Facebook page today. It shows U.S. soldiers in jeeps training at the sand dunes. These soldiers were preparing to be deployed to northern Africa. They needed this training to become accustomed to desert terrain and sand. Those cottonwood trees you see along Medano Creek, they are still there in that same spot today.
We have some cool and wet weather coming up. I'll let you know how much snow for the mountains and how much rain on the plains.
Afghan refugees adjusting to their new lives in Colorado.
We're just so proud of them, and we are just super excited that they get to have this freedom.
Now, our Denver 7 Gives viewers are helping them drive towards independence.
They can now go to soccer practice, go to softball practice, and they don't have to rely on anybody.
And the tradition returns. Thousands turn out for the Boulder after a 2-year hiatus.
Plus, competition must run in this family. One Boulder girl heading to the Scripps National Spelling Bee with some advice from her champ brother.
It probably gave me really realistic expectations of how much work it takes and how much of it is just luck, because always in spelling bees there's luck.